Hey everyone, I'm Sam with Growth Galleries, and I'm here to bring you another masterclass. This week we'll be covering Sequator, a tool for Windows to stack your sky images. You can either stack sky with a foreground or just sky with just stars in it. Both are possible. So, yeah, we'll get into how to do this in a second here. So we're gonna jump over to my virtual Windows machine, which is sitting right behind me. You could probably see it in the intro. And we're going to see that here that we're at the Sequator webpage, which is a sites.google page. You just search Google for it, and it will be one of the top results. And then you come to the download here, and let's see, it will bring up this download page. They encourage you to give money to it, but the download is available for free, so you don't need to pay anything. But with all free software, it's encouraged you pay for it, or else it could go away. I'm sure the developer would appreciate it and be more quick with updates if you donate. So you click download here, latest version, install it on your computer. I've already done that, so we can just come straight to the application here, open it up, and you see that we have this interesting menu system, and let's make it more visible by stretching it out like this. And we'll see, stretch this one up here too. This will give us more visual space to see what we're doing. So the first thing that you see here that we have to do is, after we open the application, is to choose which images that we want to select. So let's open this set of images that I've prepared here. These are from a time lapse that I captured at Bryce Canyon National Park. They are captured with a camera just sitting on a tripod. And there's, I believe, like 14 or so of them in total. And you can see that the software here, once it chooses, I've selected the images, it automatically chooses what it calls a base image. This base image is the image that it will use to align all the rest of the images with the stars. So once you've selected your image, the base image is auto-selected. If you wanted to change your base image, you can double click on base image here, and it will allow you to change to a different one. So all my images are similar, so I don't see any reason why I would choose a different one. So let's talk about the noise images and vignetting, which you see here next. So noise images would be like a dark frame. If you're familiar with what that is, it's a exposure that's the same duration as your general frames, and they're good for getting rid of noise in your image, like pixels that are off or something like that. Vignetting images, like the name says here, are like what you would call a flat frame, and those help you remove the dark corners from your image, as well as any dust on your sensor or something like that. You can see we don't have any of that in this image, but if you had it, you could capture a light frame, which is basically you take your camera and lens and point it at a bright like object, whether that's like a white computer screen or a sky not facing the sun or something like that, and then you check the histogram in your camera and make sure that you get like a bell curve near the middle of the exposure range, and then that will give you a good vignette image that you can use here to integrate with the rest of your data. So I don't capture those because I don't think they're usually necessary. So I recommend, if you're just getting started, definitely don't worry about it. But then if you get getting into a more advanced level and you feel the need to add these types of images, you can look into how to do that. All right, so now we have to choose an output. So I double clicked on the output here, and we're going to call this Stack 3. It says file not found. Wait, what did I click on? Well, these are noise images. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, click on output. There we go. Now we're at the right menu. And then we will save that. So now we have our input images, we have our output image, and then we have to make sure we have the proper settings. So all the settings that you can change are all mentioned here for the most part. So the first one we come across is the composition. So you can see there's a few different options for aligning stars, creating star trails, and then accumulation, select best pixels, freeze ground, and only align. So this is an interesting solution here. So one thing that's really cool about this software, one of my favorite features, is it kind of has its own self-documentation here where you just hover over a feature and it tells you what it does. So you can learn what each of these do from just doing that. So you have these options for the integration of the images. So accumulation will just I guess integrate the images, add them up, and based on your other settings that we'll talk about here, it will do the other selection of pixels. You can select best pixels. This is the best option for removing aircrafts and other kind of noise that are across your images. You can choose, and that's probably the best option if you're just having a sky image without a foreground, right? The select best pixels should be your option for that case. Freeze ground is what we'll use for this because we have a foreground here that we want to merge as well as the sky. And then the align only would actually take these images, align the images themselves, but not actually blend them, merge them together. So then you could blend them, merge them in Photoshop or whatever software you wanna go through and blend them in. So we're gonna choose freeze ground here, and then we will have to select the sky region, which is the next option here. So we're having irregular mask selected, which is correct for our use case. If you wanted to use the gradient tool, like you could potentially do something like this, right? And you'll see that if you get this approximately along the horizon, you probably get a relatively good result here. This image, boundary line, instead of like having a gradient, it's just a hard cutoff. Probably you'll get a less good result in this image with this kind of boundary line. It probably will vary from image to image, but if the horizon is completely flat, this might work well. But since we are gonna want to be more precise, we can paint it in the sky ourselves. So we'll use this irregular mask. So we'll paint across here, back, forth, through the whole image. And we'll see that it's all painted in here. So now, but we've got the sky selected. We've got the main algorithm for how we're merging the images together selected. We can go through the rest of the settings here. So auto brightness, we're not going to worry about that. We'll make our own brightness changes in post-processing and other software. If we were doing that, we probably won't do that in this example. We have the high dynamic range. Again, that means you have brighter, medium, and dark exposures of your subject and sky, and we didn't do that, so this will not be useful here. Noise, we can always reduce noise, so we'll leave the dynamic noise reduction on. And then distortion, we'll also turn on the distortion, set it to auto complex. This will potentially remove some distortion in our images. Not seeing a whole lot here, but especially with some wider lenses, you can see a whole lot of distortion that can easily be corrected with a tool like this. So there's a little bit of light pollution. We're not going to worry about that. Maybe you could see a little bit more of the horizon here, but like I really don't think it's blown out or anything or going to negatively affect our image. In fact, it might actually add some detail because there's not a whole lot going on the left side of this image. So we'll leave it. So we'll just leave, we're not going to enhance the starlight. the merge for pixels, this is kind of like a binning algorithm where you take groupings of pixels and blend them in together into one pixel. And so you decrease the resolution of your image, but overall it should increase the, 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 the detail of the existing pixels. So that means that there will be less noise. So it's very common for your phone to be doing something like this with the images that it captures, and also some video cameras and software also do this type of thing. So we have, we'll leave it off because I think we're going to get a pretty clean image from this data. We won't need to add the additional detail to reduce the noise. But if you were shooting at really high ISO, it's possible that this could actually really help with a clean resulting image. Time lapse, this is not, well, these are time lapse images. We're not creating a time lapse, so we will not be having that setting. And then the color space is sRGB, which is a good color space to be working in. So we've got all the settings in place, we've got our files selected, and we will start our integration here. So one thing that I'm really impressed with this software is how fast it will go through these images. You can see here it's going one by one through the images until it's dealt with all of the different details that we configured here. So it goes through each image individually, and then it will blend all of the images together. And so all stacking software does this. You can see it ran through the 14 images in 25 seconds here, which is impressively fast. This is definitely the fastest stacking software that I have personally used. So yeah, so now that you've completed the integration, we can open the file here, and if we zoom in on it, you can see that maybe we don't want to zoom in that far, but if we zoom out, maybe like that, you can see that the stars are looking really clean here. The merging did a nice job on that, and you can see that the foreground is pretty clean too. There's still some like noise or hot pixels or something here that I have to clean up. Maybe if we had captured dark frames, we could have removed some of that. But those are really minor details. The stacking did a really good job of taking a single image and blending the whole bunch of those single images together to clean up the image. So I had planned to have an editing component here where we looked at the single image sky versus the stack sky. Actually, maybe we can do that real quick here. Let's see. If we open one image, no, we can't do that. But I had planned to do this in Photoshop, but Photoshop has not planned to work. This recording was not really going according to plan. This is actually the third recording due to different problems. It'd be great if things were always working, but that is definitely not the case with technology and things of this nature. So you should not get discouraged if things don't exactly work the way you want to. But basically, I think I covered all the details you need to integrate your image in Sequator, and then this output image that you're seeing here, it can be opened in Photoshop or GIMP or any of your favorite photo editing tools. That would include even Lightroom tools. And then you should be able to make your adjustments to the lighting, contrast, and colors. And yeah, then you can have a final image. So yeah, just a reminder that if things are not going well, just persevere with it, and you'll hopefully eventually work through the problems and get to a result. Yeah, so I guess thanks for joining. I hope you were able to take something from this session on Sequator, and I think it can definitely really improve your images. And yeah, if you're looking for more content like this, you can join my school community. It's free down in the description. And this will give you all the details you need to take the stunning photos like I do, either the panoramas or the track and stack shots, and how to plan your shoot, all the different aspects of the night photography at night that you could want to learn. You can learn those there. I also hold office hours every week where you can come and ask me any questions that you might have about your equipment or any of the other things that I've discussed. So thanks for watching today, and